Back to the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. If you need a roof, make sure you call Ireland Contracting. And give us a call on the Borders to Borders hotline. 412-575-2600 is the number, Ron. So what do you think about the Fichtner signing promotion?
Well, not surprising. I mean, I think they want to keep continuity, especially at this point of Ben Roethlisberger's career. He's probably got a couple years left, if that. I don't think they want to bring in somebody from the outside and start all over with a new offense, new terminology. Ben works well with Randy Fichtner. I don't think it's a surprise, and I'm sure Fichtner will be okay. And as long as he's got Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown and Ben and that offensive line, he's got a chance to be very successful.
Do you think we'll see any changes, Ron, at all to this offense, or is it going to be the Todd Haley offense that we're going to see?
Well, I mean, I think every coordinator adds his little twists and tweaks, and you know, I'm sure Ben will have some more input into what he wants to do a little more. Maybe we'll see more of the no huddle. I'm not sure of that. It's not going to be totally the same, but why would you change it? The second half of the season, this offense was as good as any in the league. They just scored 42 points in the playoff game against, you know, arguably the best defense in the league. So I don't think they need too many changes. The key question is, what are you going to do with Le'Veon Bell? Are you going to bring him back? You're going to franchise him? You're going to find a way to make it work with a long-term deal, or are you going to let him walk? I think that's a real key question.
What do you do? What's your answer?
I either try to do a long-term deal with him, and if he doesn't do that, I franchise him, and if he says he wants to sit out, let him sit out all year.
All right, let's go out to the phone lines. We're going to go out to Rob in the Hill District. How you doing, Rob?
Hey, fellas. Hey, Ron, man, you so laid back with your comments like you don't even care. Listen, man, we're diehard fans here in Pittsburgh, man. You know what I'm saying? And for you to get up there and talk about it's a good signing, Randy Fichtner, listen, that's why the Steelers can't beat the Patriots or no, because the organization always keeping things in-house. We got to hire Todd Haley because his father played here. Oh, Ben Roethlisberger don't want Todd Haley. Let's promote Randy Fichtner. Go outside the organization and find somebody, man. Bring a new concept to the team. Get Rex Ryan here to coach defense, man. Get Randy Fichtner out of Mike Mularkey was available. He was the offensive coordinator before. Come on, man. Why stop being laid back with your comments, man?
Hey, thanks, Rob.
They just scored 42 points in the playoff game, and their offense was terrific, and you want to bring in somebody new and start all over again? That doesn't make any sense. You want to make changes on the defensive staff? I'm willing to listen to that. I think that's a very fair comment. But offensively, I'm okay where they're at this point if you bring out back Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, Rob. I mean, I agree maybe making changes on defense, but you heard Cam Hayward say it's not the scheme on defense, it was the execution. So maybe they need more focused players on defense, and I think you'll see some of those players, a couple players not.
I mean, I love Cam Hayward as a person, as a player. I thought he was awful on Sunday. I didn't see him make one play.
You didn't hear his name?
I didn't see any of them make any plays. That's what Joe Hayden a couple times. I didn't see any of them make plays. When you give up that many points, a lot of guys aren't executing, that's for sure.
I don't mind the Fichtner promotion at all. I think it was the right decision to make because, like you said, consistency. Ben's going to be here 3 years at least, you would think. And, you know, it's his offense. And if you're going to take some of Todd Haley, some of Bruce Arians, and whatever terminology you want to use of the two, they know each other. It's a comfortable situation, and this is a good offense right now. It's been in the top 3 the last 4 years. I don't really want to change much on offense.
I agree. Defensively, another story.
Yep. All right, back out to the phone lines. We're going to go out to Mark out in Ambridge. How you doing, Mark?
Hey, guys. Hey, this is Mark in Ambridge. Ron Cook, I got one question for you about something I heard, and I want to know if you can validate this. A friend of mine knows Ben's wife. I heard before the Jacksonville game, he went up to the Rooneys and said, I'll stay 2 to 3 more years if you get rid of Haley. I mean, it was a plan. Have you heard about that? Do you know anything about that?
No, I have not heard about that, and I don't think that if they wouldn't have gotten rid of Haley, I don't think Ben would have retired. It wasn't the greatest relationship, I'll admit that, but my goodness, how good were they the second half of the season together? I don't care if they hate each other as long as they produce like they played in the second half of the season. So, no, I had not heard that.
I mean, the only suspicion I had for him not coming back next year is because they didn't renew him. His
contract,
Haley, yeah, his contract was up.
Right.
I mean, I thought for sure Ben's back next year. I mean, he has a couple more good years left, I think.
Right.
I mean, only reason I would imagine that he would be retired is if he because of health or.
And I think he's never felt better this late in the season. They did a great job of protecting him. His offensive line did a great job for him. They're all back next year. I think that team is capable of taking another run next year, whether they win it or not. You don't do it every year, but I think they're capable of doing it.
All right, Rick out in Hopwood. How you doing, Rick?
Hey, pretty good. How you doing, Rich and Ron?
Good, thanks for calling.
Hey, this may sound kind of redundant, dead horse, but back to the Jesse James play where they called it a catch, just didn't hit the ground, so it's clearly catch. That kind of changed the dynamics of the whole playoff picture, which meant the Steelers could have put somebody different in the playoffs.
Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit, Rick, but I understand where you're going with this question.
Yeah, but you know what? You can't throw an interception after that in the end zone. You got to at least force overtime. They still had chances to win the game after that call. If Antonio Brown doesn't drop a touchdown pass, if Sean Davis doesn't drop an interception, you can if yourself to death there. New England came in here and won the game.
How about the defense not giving up an 11-point lead? You know,
yep.
That's that. You know, the Steelers had that game won, and they've made some critical mistakes along the way there to lose that #1 seed. And maybe it did come back to haunt them. Hey, who's to say that Tennessee doesn't beat the Steelers?
Yeah.
You know, if they come here. I mean, just because they beat them once, it doesn't mean that it would happen again. I mean, the Steelers could have.
They had their opportunities, and
yeah.
they let it slip away, and it's a waste. It turns out to be a wasted year.
Yeah, the Steelers' focus wasn't there. You can't go down by 21 points. I thought that they were the better team, and I still will contend that they are the better team. The Steelers are the better team than Jacksonville.
Not last Sunday they were.
But not last Sunday, and not earlier, not the 5th week of the season. But when you look up and down that roster, I mean, there's a lot more talent on the Steelers in skilled positions.
I think they have more talent than any of the 4 teams left in the playoffs.
Hey,
and you want to say that's a poor reflection on Tomlin and the coaches? I can live with that.
Yeah, I can too. All right, back out to the phone lines. We're going to go out to Mike in North Versailles. How you doing, Mike?
Hey, gentlemen. How you doing?
Good, thanks for calling.
A question on Steelers. I know we're getting ahead, a few months ahead, but what's their #1 need? I think it's a free safety. Is that true?
I would say an inside linebacker without Ryan Shazier. I think Sean Spence did the best he could. I don't know how good Vince Williams is. They may need 2 inside linebackers, and depending on what you do with Le'Veon Bell, you might need a running back. I don't know that Mike Mitchell's going to be back. You might need a new safety too.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised whether it's a safety, but inside linebacker, not knowing what Ryan Shazier's future is in football, but it was apparent that they need some help there, especially stopping the run. And
Absolutely.
It's going to be one of those 2 positions. I think they're going to be defensive heavy early on, but like you said, I think that they're going to franchise Le'Veon Bell. I think that's pretty much their mindset.
I do. That's
no
my
matter what he
opinion,
threats.
too, and I think that's a prudent. And there's no way he's going to sit out or retire. You think he's going to walk away from like $900,000 game check?
No.
Are you kidding me?
14 and some change. I don't think he's sitting out. All right, we got to take a break. Back with more phone calls, some tweets coming up next. Stay right there.